episode 4 of Can I Borrow Your Amp? My name is
we
Maddie.
got one of our own here with us.
Fucking finally. Here
Hey,
we go.
it's Jason. It's Jason, the sax player. Jason plays sax for Swells.
Everybody's favorite member.
Honestly, he's
I
my
don't know
favorite
about that
member.
one, but
Gets all the attention.
hey,
Yeah, without
I
a
toot
doubt.
some horn. I toot some other stuff.
Toot our horns.
Yeah, basically.
Toots
But I
my
think,
corn.
I don't know, in my opinion, the favorite member is Neil. I feel like nobody's ever beefed with
Probably.
Neil.
He's our favorite. I think he's
Yeah.
MVP for sure. I mean, I think he proved himself over the recordings.
Yeah.
One
I want
take
to
Drake.
get back in here, but with Neil, like, as well. You know, see, I just poke his mind a little bit.
I would love to actually put Neil in a place where he has to talk, because I feel like Neil is so like reserved and silent in a very attractive
And
way.
polite way, kind of.
He's
like-
very polite, very reserved. He speaks like when it's appropriate and necessary, but I would love to like actually like put Neil in a situation where
Yeah.
he knows he has to. I would love to get around in
true.
there.
Let's get his political opinions on things. Let's
Oh my
see
God.
Hear what he has to say.
What if
Dude.
Neil's terrible?
Hold on, I don't want to poke too far. Let's see.
Oh, come on. Let's get right into it, you know?
Just foul, wretched things.
Yeah.
Eugenics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into
we
it.
had rehearsal the other day, and I think he spoke like maybe once or twice, and it was about a vape, you know?
I know.
just
He
wanna
was
know.
like, no, I don't have it with me.
He's like, I'm
That was
sorry,
about
fellas.
it.
I didn't mean to let you down.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna
that's
know.
true. He was really quiet last rehearsal.
Yeah.
He's probably tired. Everyone's tired. I feel like when we get there at, like late at night, that's
It's
kind of
true.
like,
It's
you know,
mostly just late nights.
what's
I
there
mean,
to talk about? That everyone's just like,
Yeah, it's true. We're in the later stages of like recording this album, and we still have like some things to do, but yeah, we've seen each other pretty like frequently in the past month, so it's like we see each other and we're like,
yeah. Hey.
yeah, there's
You got-
nothing
you
new.
got the vape.
It's like, yeah, here, all right,
Hey,
bye. Let's
Hey,
get
that
these
bottle
songs
opener.
together. Maddie, write lyrics.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's going really good. Actually, I have some stuff to show you guys after we're done with this. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's gonna be a lot of that tomorrow for me, because I know that tomorrow is like my first free. Like now I'm done. Like I'm just getting off of work, and it's like now I'm finally done with making up for time that I had to pick up a bunch of shifts to make up for the time that I lost doing the recording. And it's been like a month of like working crazy hours. But now we in this shit.
Yeah, I feel like we normally write instrumentally first and then do lyrics after.
Yeah, that is true, and I'm feeling like we're running into some issues with that. I mean, it's always
know.
it's worked out.
It's
but
worked out. I feel like it would be more beneficial to write at least the melodies, like as we're writing the songs,
Yeah.
or at least lyrics too. Because
We could do that. Yeah.
It's hard to write a melody and lyrics over something that's already like laid out. It's
Yeah.
kind of tricky.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a nice challenge. Like I don't
Yeah,
feel,
it's not impossible.
and I don't. I mean, it's kind of nice too, and so it's. I feel like there's pros and cons to it for sure, because I think sometimes I'm finding that being in that restrictive kind of like, well, this is what we have, and like we're probably not gonna do too much like re-recording of anything. Like it's kind of nice to be like, all right, well, this is what I got to work with, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like that's just, it is what it is. But I think on the next like collections of songs that I write, at least, like I'm definitely gonna try to
Yeah.
do a lot more lyric writing alongside.
Are
Yeah.
we thinking like for some of the songs that like Wyatt has written, do you think we'd keep the same lyrics, or were you like
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like listening to a lot of the stuff that Wyatt has written, like in this past project, I've been really impressed with
I like it
his
too.
lyric writing.
Yeah, I mean, there's freedom to change it too. I mean, I'm not like, I mean, I wrote them with like that idea in mind, but you know, at the end of the day, you're singing it, so if, you know, there's freedom to switch it around if you don't like to talk about my life, you know.
No, I swear, I promise you. I think I notice this a lot, and I've told you this like in private too. I think a lot of your lyric writing has definitely improved. Not like
Thank
it
you.
needed a bunch of improving, but there's a lot of like clever little lines in there
I know
that I'm
yours is
noticing.
improving too, so I'm trying to keep up, trying to stay, you know,
yeah,
gotta just
gotta
keep the
match.
bar moving. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least that knocks out. How many songs do you have lyrics on?
2, I think.
Yeah.
two.
So that, I mean, what are
That's
we
only
at
a
now?
few.
11 songs
Yeah.
minus 2.
We have. I think we have. Are we allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Speaking of
I think
the
we've got like
making of-
I think 9 songs total are gonna be on there. You've got 2 songs that have lyrics. I have. I don't even know. I know that there's like a pardon me, there's a few songs I do need like that just have no lyrics whatsoever. There's a couple of songs that I have like an idea for a chorus, and
It's one of those things though that like it kind of sneaks up on you. I think now you have like a good amount of songs already done with the songs that Wyatt already knocked out really early on. There's probably only like 3 or maybe 4 that need like lyrics.
I think so too. It's not like a crazy amount of like, oh shit, like I'm screwed, but there, it's not.
Yeah.
I think I realistically, I think I'm gonna have lyrics for everything within like, I would say like realistically 2 weeks.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be wrapping it up like pretty soon, like by the end of March.
We have to do drums this weekend. It's the first week of March when this is being recorded. So
good old Harrison's he's gonna lay his pretty little hands on those wood sticks.
I'm excited to go to the studio too.
Oh yeah, that'll be
it looks
nice
on the website.
Yeah, it looks cute as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
it's gonna be nice to kind of just hang out in a recording setting on it again. I'm addicted to this. Low key. I'm excited to hang out in the studio and I have to record a little bit, but I'm kind of getting addicted to this shit a little bit.
Yeah,
more so than I think in any of the other. I don't know. It's been fun. Yeah, it's been really fun, and it's been nice to just really like make this season has definitely been one of the most busiest seasons of my life, I think, ever. Mm-hmm. But I'm finding that it's just been really rewarding to have music be such a like at the forefront. Yeah. Right now, I feel like for me personally, I don't think I've ever had a situation where music has been like such a large portion of my day, every day, back to back like this.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait till we go on tour. Then you'll literally wake up and be like, oh, fuck. What do we have to do today?
Neil, wake up.
Yeah. we should for this record we should try to put together like at least like 5 to 7 cities that we could like go through.
Oh, definitely. We've been talking about that.
Yeah.
We want to hit like some surrounding states and stuff where we haven't been to, just get like, whatever, like we've never played in like Vegas or like we've never played.
Yeah, Vegas would be fun.
I'd even be down to go to Texas again and just hit all 5 major cities over there.
You think there's ever going to be a South by Southwest again?
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
100%.
It's gotta be, right?
Man, that was so fun.
That was fun.
That was super fun. We could have used more van space, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still dope.
Yeah,
that's a part of the experience in itself. Like being that close to fucking Josh, and I can curse on here, right?
Yeah, you can curse. Sure. Yeah, no, yeah, fuck yeah, bro. Let that shit fly, my brother. I love
how that's an ongoing podcast thing. It's like
I can cuss on here. It's like, dude, I'd be upset if he didn't.
This is a cool podcast, right?
Yeah, we're epic. We're epic here.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So you talk. This is your first time on the podcast. I'm sure it won't be the last, but I think you should maybe talk a little bit about like some of the other projects that you're in.
Oh, some of
your musical background. Yeah.
It's weird. I think doing school for music kind of like set me up with a bunch of hip hop people, but I think after I turned 21, it kind of went more of a like alternative direction, maybe some like R&B, but right now it's just Michael Sayer. I reached out to Divino Nino.
Oh yeah,
and I never heard back from them, but I know that they're cool with Miguel, so maybe like in the future,
that'd be pretty fire, bro.
I know, honestly, I like that band.
That's a band that would definitely. Not necessarily. I mean, benefit. They'd definitely benefit from like a sax sound for sure. That's like that's a vibe that could definitely use some sax.
I feel like saxophone brings out a lot of like cool qualities in bands. Like I feel like it adds a lot to like a variety of different sounds and like styles of music.
Yeah, I really like how you could tell when it's like elevating a band or if it's just like a lateral move where somebody's like, let's just throw our friend out who plays saxophone. It's like somebody from like 10th grade learning
sax is cool. Yeah. Fucking.
But I think it could be like a really subtle thing, especially if, that instrumentalist, whether it's trumpet or like saxophone or like anything on the side, like learns to do other things like keyboard, which I'm trying to do for this album. And then obviously like I like doing auxiliary percussion stuff. Like I feel like we should work that in a little bit more.
Oh my God, there's going to be so much egg shaker that needs to go on this record. So we haven't talked about that too much just because, I mean, maybe I'll just bring it at the...
Yeah,
Harry could probably do egg shaker better than anybody. So I'll make sure we bring... Ooh, maybe we should... We got to get a tambourine.
I know.
Before...
Definitely.
We'll just have to figure out where we're going to get that.
Borrow it from somebody.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if any of our friends have a tambourine that we
If you
can.
have a tambourine,
We're gonna steal a tambourine.
hop in the chat.
Yeah.
Guitar Center on Ventura. Watch out.
You could just buy one and return it.
Yeah, but if we buy it, I'm probably just gonna keep it.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Or
I
you
want
know,
to
have
work
a
that
tambourine.
into live too. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
true.
really-
It's not
I
really good.
fucking love auxiliary percussion,
Yeah.
dude. What's your guys' favorite instrument to airplay?
What's that?
What do you typically
Oh.
like when you're listening to a song and like
Probably drums.
drums?
Yeah.
Drums?
I've noticed you do the drums, especially for jazz.
I hop
songs,
on the
where you're like-
drums
Yeah.
on the air. Yeah, definitely.
I think mine is really high bass, like
Oh, yeah.
really close bass to your chest. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the good shit.
I love low frequency.
I think the higher like someone's instrument is strapped up on their body, the better they are at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Closer to your heart and your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys already know what I'm gonna say. It's that I'm an air egg shaker person.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you go right into that movement.
I don't know why. I've always been that. It's never been guitar. I feel like you never are gonna airplay the instrument that you like primarily play.
Primarily play.
Nah.
Sometimes there's guitar solos that I like to. A couple Supertramp songs I like to.
You've been really into Supertramp lately.
I love Supertramp. Always I've been into Supertramp.
Yeah.
I guess I've just never like you've. I mean, well, maybe it's just because you're not on aux that much. I think we talked about with
Maybe.
Edwin like this. Like Wyatt definitely is on like plays the radio a lot.
I
Have you
listen
ever-
to the 88s. I listen to the 88s. We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about this, but you've been in like Wyatt's
In my
car where
car.
he's like playing music and like I'd say like most of the time he's playing the radio, not like aux.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was when a little bit at the last house or like apartment for sure. I noticed that with the new car, or I think with the most recent car that you have, I've noticed you've been on the aux. Yeah.
Hey
That's
baby,
what-
it's
yeah.
Steve Tyrell,
Dude, Steve Tyrell, 6 o'clock on 88.1.
Yeah.
my good buddy Django Reinhardt, and
Got a lot
I
of friends in jazz.
yeah. I don't. I bet they fucking don't like him.
Self-promoting asshole.
Yeah. For those,
All of the DJs do play their own music on KJAZZ. That's the only kind of caveat is like you got to kind of sit through this like this music by this
terrible cover of
like,
something.
Jazz masturbation.
Uh-huh,
Please
uh-huh.
check out my music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please listen to me do these fucking real book standards. For those of you who don't know, Steve Tyrell is a DJ host on a jazz station here in Los Angeles. What is it?
88.1.
88.1
I recommend
KJAZZ.
it.
It's good. I don't like
jazz.
honestly, I don't like Sundays that much because I think they do like blues. And
Yeah, the
it's
weekends
not-
they do blues and it's not great.
I
And
prefer
it's white. It's like blue.
No.
eyes,
It's like
soul blues.
studio
Yeah.
blues.
Yeah, it's not that good. But whenever they're playing like cool jazz, that's my shit. I really,
Yeah.
I like bop, but I feel like it's got to be like
Yeah.
really really good.
Yeah. And we talk shit on Steve Tyrell, but he's the one that plays that good shit.
Yes.
Yeah, he
at, like,
does.
the
He
evenings.
does. But he
Sure.
always has to be like, all right,
sneaks
now
in.
here's me singing "Fly Me to the Moon."
He sneaks into his own shit.
All the time. I mean, it's like honestly, he does play some really good shit, but at the same time, he does be just every like third song is him being like, "All right, I'm singing Black Orpheus," like or, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good standard though.
It's a fantastic standard, but when Steve Tyrell's singing it, somehow it's just like, this is the worst song I've ever heard. It's like,
It just sounds like your uncle at a wedding singing or something, like at a karaoke night.
Fly me
Kinda
to
what the
the
vibe
moon. He's actually playing. I told Wyatt this, but Steve Tyrell is actually playing in concert at the
Long Beach
El
State.
Portal Theater, right on Lancashire, right by the what's that bar? The Federal.
Oh, so you're in the valley?
Like 5 minutes
minutes
away
from
from my house. I looked it up. I low key was gonna buy tickets as a joke.
Well, this
Did
episode
it
is
already
brought
pass?
to you by Steve Tyrell.
Steve
at the
Tyrell.
Federal.
I know he's paying us for that.
Anyways, use promo code Swells at checkout. And what's like a terrible? What's that one ticket service that we would use back when we were throwing shows at WOMA? What do you remember that?
Not Ticketfly.
No, it was like it
I don't
doesn't
even
matter. But I
remember,
feel like
yeah.
that's where he'd be selling the tickets. Is some like
some janky ass.
I put all the money up for this show my damn self.
My wife lent me $500.
But no, it's like tickets are like literally like $90 to $150.
Dude, what the fuck?
And it's like that's crazy.
Damn.
I'm like, who is paying?
Turnout has got to be like it's got to be sold out if you're approaching that bullshit.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it
I
up
think
right
he's.
now.
I think he's big amongst like the
Has it
50
passed?
and 60-year-olds maybe in like jazz.
Yeah.
Like the baked potato crowd.
I mean, we're
kind of.
we're talking about him, and I feel like,
Yeah.
but you I don't know anybody else who listens to radio anymore.
I guess I don't either. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see.
Has this concert passed? Or?
No, it's in April 2nd. So you can buy a $50 ticket, a $75 ticket, or a $100 ticket.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Let's see
sense.
if it's sold out. Does it
Probably
make
like
sense?
2-drink minimum. Jesus federal.
The incomparable Steve Tyrell makes his El Portal debut. Like that's a big thing. Like it's this like little
his what debut?
the El Portal Theater, El Portal. I don't know. But it's a little black box theater off of like Lankershim Boulevard in North Hollywood. It's not like he's like headlining the Apollo for the first time.
Yeah.
Why is there? There's a whole description. There's like a 5-paragraph description for this show.
Well,
He wrote it himself.
He's like, all right. Oh man.
I've never been there though. The first club that I went to was Baked Potato, and I wanted a fake ID so bad just so I can go to a fucking jazz club.
Yeah.
And then I got there, and it was like 2-drink minimum, and it just like never panned out. That place is like
Baked
kind of
potato's
falling
expensive.
off.
It is kind of falling off. I think because it's not very accessible to people who are like younger people who like want to go see that stuff. It's kind of just like the Sherman Oaks people who live like.
Yeah, nobody's gonna pay $30 or $40 basically with the drinks to like see mediocre jazz.
And it's no one really either. It's kind of just like old dudes playing.
Exactly.
It's like sometimes there'll be like Terrace Martin there or something like that. But other than that,
it's got to be
like,
a crazy night. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it's kind of just like.
But then it's like like when you do have those like heavy ass hitters playing. I mean, that would be amazing to see someone like Terrace play in like such a small intimate venue like that.
Yeah.
Of course, I would pay like a good amount of money to see that. But like that's gonna sell out so quick, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, what's crazy about Terrace Martin is, well, obviously you guys have met Edwin if you're listening to this podcast. He was on the last episode.
Friend of the show.
But he's worked with Terrace Martin, and the first time I ever saw that dude, he was playing at the Troubadour opening for Snarky Puppy.
Oh
really?
yeah. Oh shit.
Yes,
that was
dude.
your first experience?
And I didn't even know who he was because
What year was that?
I don't know. It was before To Pimp a Butterfly came out, and I don't even know what year that came out. But I was in high school. I think it was like 9th grade or something. Probably like 2012.
Damn, that's crazy.
I know.
So you've been on that.
Well, I didn't know who he was. It was just like a really dope set, and then at the very end, he brought out Robert Glasper.
And you, of course,
for the
knew
encore.
him.
Yeah, obviously we knew that he was going to be in the building to see Snarky Puppy. It was with my ex-girlfriend who also loved jazz, but it was like kind of surreal to see like all of them on stage at once because I think they all did a song at the end.
Dude, that's a privilege, bro.
Yeah,
and I paid like $10 for this fucking
What?
concert. This was before like Robert Glass. I mean, he was really big, but this was like kind of just a random show that he was at.
Yeah. Wait. So that was what year was that again?
I think it was
That must have been
our freshman year. So no, because we graduated in 2015 high school, and then
Was this before we had met?
I think so. Or
No,
no.
'cause I remember
it
you
was
guys
10th
going to-
grade then, because that was when I started dating my ex-girlfriend. But regardless of what year it was really early on in Terrace
Was Pimp a
Martin's.
Butterfly out yet?
No, he said no.
Nah, I think that was 2014
Oh shit,
or
my bad,
2013.
my bad.
Yeah.
I was zoned out. You were asking
Are
me
you
for
listening?
keys. You were off mic. I'm
You
not,
invited me here. What the fuck? Hey, come on. Yeah.
Who are
No,
you?
it was dope. It was dope though. And there was a day where Edwin asked me to like help him with something, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And we went to Woodland Hills,
Yes, bro.
I know. I think we all did.
We've all done a shift working for him.
and we got to basically move his shit around his house.
Yeah,
Wait, have we
He's
all
in his
separately
house.
done that?
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. Did you guys get paid?
Yeah, he gave me like $50.
I think he gave me $50 too.
Yeah,
I did not get $50.
he probably just took you out to eat or something.
No.
Crickets.
Sorry, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna have to.
Wow, you're gonna. That better not be a personal call.
It is a personal call.
You know what?
It's just Hannah. Don't worry about it. It's
We
fine.
should write a jingle for like little for the podcast, obviously little interludes just to
like
transition
in
or whatever.
between.
Yeah.
We were gonna talk about doing segments on here. We're gonna do one segment that we never ended up doing about us like canceling something every week.
I love
Oh shit!
But
yeah.
it's just like it just never works into the conversation. I feel like it's like I don't know. It feels weird to interrupt people. Just be like, hey,
Here's
What are
this
you
thing.
gonna cancel?
what do you want to talk shit about this
What's
week?
your What's your least favorite thing?
About it's happening this week.
Yeah.
What is?
But
Yeah, that's also something you'd have to like think about. I kind of like how it's just very conversational.
I like the conversation too.
Yeah,
I think it's just like
yeah,
that.
bro. It's all good. It's all good.
We could do the weather.
It's raining outside right now.
There was lightning. Did you see
Yeah.
it?
No.
No,
Yeah.
he was.
It's
Hear it
supposed to
raining,
rain
though.
tomorrow. Yeah. And
Oh, what is it really?
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
son
I like
of
it.
a
I like the
bitch.
rain.
I was gonna go out and fucking golf. Like maybe I can still go to the driving range. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's supposed to be really early, so maybe it'll get nice by the time you have some free time. But
Yeah.
can I get a bottle
Yeah,
opener?
gotcha.
So yeah, you can ask for a bottle opener.
Well, I didn't want to cut off his story.
That's okay. You can just ask me. I'll hand it to you. You can doesn't.
It's got to be secrets.
We should do,
Secrets.
on the podcast Fight Night Fridays, where you guys just have a verbal argument, and then
Yeah,
whoever's
we
listening.
also got to try to do it live one of these days on like
Yeah,
Twitch or
I'm
something.
down. I'm
That'd be
down
cool.
because it'd be fun to like interact with the chat and stuff.
Yeah,
but also
definitely.
just fucking talk. It'd be cool. I think we could also just record it.
And then just be on the chat.
Yeah, I think we can like record it like on the DAW and also like be live on Twitch at the same time. I think
Okay.
that'd be cool. I'd be down to do that.
Yeah.
What was? I mean, who came up with this idea of like starting a podcast?
I don't know. I think we both kind of thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe
It was
you
me.
did.
What were you
Yeah,
guys'
yeah,
like? What
You
were you
put
guys
it
listening
together.
to? Like, what's like a podcast that you guys like really fuck with?
I've been listening to a lot of this podcast recently called The Last Podcast on the Left, which is like a horror. It's like a true crime podcast and like horror. Like they'll talk about like, like whatever scary stories or like cryptids or
Yeah.
like I think they had like an episode of like the Loch Ness monster, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, or like serial killers. But it's like also like a comedy element to it. So it's like very informational. But also just like super hilarious.
Is
So-
he a friend of your dad's, or is it just
no, not at all. They're like pretty
They're
big.
pretty big, yeah.
They're
I
like
listened to
probably
that
one of
one
the
as well,
top
too.
podcasts on Spotify.
Yeah.
I think.
I like that
It's the
podcast.
last podcast on the left, or what?
Yeah, it's really good. I'll send you the link. Honestly,
check it out.
it's quite good. They had a really. I think the thing that got me into them was they did like this 5-part series on the Black Death, the plague, and I like man, and I listened to that and just like got really into it. It's like super informational too.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're learning quite a bit, and it's also very funny.
That's
They're a
dope.
bunch of silly little goofsters.
Yeah.
What about you?
Recently, I've been listening to Tim Dillon's podcast a lot. Have you ever heard of him?
I mean, he's
No,
pretty
no,
fucking
who's that?
funny.
He's a comedian. He's really funny. He's like very reminiscent of kind of like Chris Farley. He's like this bigger
Okay.
dude, blonde, like has this really raspy, like loud voice.
That's
And he-
spot on.
Yeah, and that's who I think about when I hear him talk. And he it's just like him and his producer, and he just rants for like an hour straight. And he
Really?
just, and it's like he usually talks about like kind of current events. And he just rants and talks shit about like every different group of person there is, and it's
Interesting.
really funny. It's
Yeah.
really, really funny.
I wonder what that dynamic is, where you're just like straight up, just no rebound or anything. You're
I know,
just going
I know.
off.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
just gotta go off. You just gotta really, I don't know. Yeah, you just gotta really just like go with it.
Yeah.
I think the podcasts that I've heard about people just by themselves are also really good. Is this guy Dan Carlin, who's like he has like a history podcast. I think I was telling you about it.
Yeah.
But he's also really good. It's not funny, but it's pretty good. He holds it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been recently watching fucking TED Talks, and it gives me like
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of fulfillment where I'm like, huh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Or it's like TEDx history. Basically, it's not like quite
Okay.
like a TED Talk, but it's like a YouTube video.
Okay.
And you basically like learn about why cancer cells spread, or like
damn.
historically what we've done about that stuff. So I'll watch like one of those, or like a couple of those, honestly, because they're like good little 10-minute videos, you know,
Yeah.
while you're eating or whatever. What else was
Yeah,
I
that's
going to
pretty
say?
easy to digest.
I've never really gotten into podcasts until like TikTok, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Watching
Is there
those-
podcasts on TikTok or just like clips and stuff?
There's clips. I mean, it's funny because your algorithm will tell you like stuff based on what you're interested in, right? So
Yeah.
I'll get like jazz musicians or like,
Yeah.
Berkeley School of Music, podcasts or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Funny enough, I don't know of a lot of music podcasts that go around. Like there's like history, there's comedy,
Yeah.
there's like movies, but I don't know of very many. I know Mark Maron, who's a comedian, like interviews a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any like music specific ones.
Yeah, there's this one that we were listening to on the way to Yosemite when we were like going to record. I think Edwin put it on. It's like Rick Rubin.
Oh yeah. Actually, that is good. I've heard
That's
that
a good one.
Yeah,
that's
is
a really
good
good one. That dude is fucking inspirational.
Yeah, Rick Rubin's the man. Yeah, he is super cool. He's so like zen too.
What do you know how he got his start?
I think it was with the Beastie Boys, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think he was their producer.
Like 80s?
Yeah, probably like in the mid 80s, like
Yeah.
I think, or early 80s. I think
Yeah.
he started kind of like in New York.
Oh, also, wasn't he with the Dixie Chicks or something? Like,
maybe. I know he also did the Red Hot Chili Peppers albums from like
Really?
the 80s and 90s. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so I think he's done a whole bunch.
So what does he do? Like, he's an engineer, or like
He's a producer and an engineer. Yeah, I think he like
he
usually
like
works,
writes as well, or
I don't know if he writes honestly, but he's kind of like one of those guys that's like kind of. I think he's more like not off the beaten path, but he does more like non-traditional like style techniques of like recording and stuff like that.
There's have you seen or like have you heard about that show Dave?
Oh yeah. I've never seen it, but it looks really funny.
Dude, I thought I was gonna like not really like it, but it's actually pretty funny. There's a whole episode on in this last season about Rick Rubin, and he's like having this huge internal debate with himself about, wow, this is like such an iconic figure or whatever. Yeah. There's got to be some mystique about him. And he shows up and it's straight up this like compound where he like, it's cult like, where he like, Mr. Rubin will not see you today. He'll see you in a couple of days when you're ready. Yeah. And they put Lil Dicky or whatever, Dave, into like this chamber where it's just like hallucinogenics and you like have this ethereal fucking dream. But yeah, it's funny that whole episode is like basically talking about like kind of getting over your ego when you're recording and stuff, because he has like a mental block.
I see. Is Rick Rubin in the episode or
yes?
No? Oh yeah. Okay,
yes.
Nice.
And it's pretty funny, honestly. Yeah, that show's good. You should watch it.
I want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, if you like hip hop, he's pretty funny. I mean, there's like this whole stigma around Lil Dicky. It's like pretty,
Dude, I've seen him. I saw him at the Wiltern when I used to work there, and he's really funny on stage. I remember he was like, he had this like platter of vegetables, and he would like dip the vegetables in ranch dressing and throw it into the crowd.
Really? Yeah. He must have been drunk.
He must have been, or he was just like his act or something. Like he just like wants to be like a goofball, or like just wants to just do ridiculous shit. But he does it really well. I think.
Yeah, I think it's
really
natural to him.
Yeah, I think
so too. He's not like trying to be too fucking weird. I think he's genuinely being like an awkward person.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it doesn't look like he's forcing it at all.
No. I think he actually was like he was like a marketing like graduate or whatever, and he got a job in an advertising company, and he just fucking hated it. He worked on like Pepsi and like random fucking marketing schemes, and he was just like, yeah, maybe I can be a comedian. And then he was like, oh no, he wanted to be a rapper, and he was like, obviously, let me use this comedy thing to my benefit. You know? But have you seen Dave?
Dave, Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to step out for a second because Hannah was calling me, and I was like, I'm in the middle of the podcast, and then I realized, no, she's fine. I realized like after I hung up as we were talking, I'm like, wait, it's 12 in the morning, and Hannah goes to sleep at 10. But I forgot she went to the Mitski concert tonight, and she was just calling to talk on her drive home. But I got stressed out because I like just hung up, and then I texted her, I was like, hey, are you okay? And then I didn't get anything back, and I was like,
driving.
I had a feeling of dread, and then she finally like called her. Yeah, so we're all good.
All right, that's good.
Just a little anxiety, but no,
she like Mitski.
She loves Mitski.
Minky,
She's Minky Minaj. No, evidently the concert was fantastic. She invited me, but
I know a couple of people who went.
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds like a concert I'd want to go to.
Dude, she's so good, bro. Mm-hmm. I haven't listened. I'm really excited to listen to the new record, but I haven't really been listening to new music lately because I'm not trying to like accidentally cop anything, especially as I'm writing lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, subconsciously you do that with something you really like.
Oh my god,
I think that we all do that.
Yeah,
we had an experience recently when we were doing like pre-production for the album and stuff, and one of the songs that you wrote. I was just trying to like, we were kind of working through the songs, and you guys were working out something, and I was just kind of like privately trying to work out like a melody.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, like, what do you guys think about this? And I like started singing it, and you're like, bro, that's literally like, what was it?
It's in sync.
It was literally in sync. You're like,
oh yeah,
dude, that's like note for note in sync. And I was like, oh fuck, like, yeah. Like,
were you listening to fucking NSYNC?
Nope. No, I think I was like kind of like a little bit off of like I think there was just like a little bit of like a key melody on there that I was kind of going off of, but it's not like that at all. And then I just literally was like, na, 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 I was like, wait, oh fuck, I totally just like. Have you ever done that? Like,
it's called "It's Gonna Be Me." That song.
It's gonna be me.
Just cover it.
That'd be kind of sick, to be honest. I mean, we're gonna start getting together like more regularly just to rehearse. I think even if we don't have shows, I think it'd be cool to just like work on like Like even if we don't have to like start working on like more covers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Out of left field, like
Yeah, I like the ironic covers.
oh
though,
yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Kinda funny.
rework it and make it sound like really fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
that'd be cool, you know?
Speaking of covers, we got to fucking do Arrow Through Me and find the actual patches.
Yeah. or what's that one? That 10cc song.
I'm Not in Love.
Yeah, bro. That song.
Fucking
Classic
banger
fucking
that is.
song,
Right in the
bro.
feels.
Right in my
Yeah,
right
it's
in
a
my
good
that's a
song.
that's a chest clutcher right
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
That's a Wyatt Sayre classic.
There's a really good cover of that in Euphoria. And
Really?
Like, yeah.
Which one?
I'm
Not in
love. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that girl.
Yeah, that girl, yeah.
yeah. That
Yeah, that's a pretty good cover.
I got
Nicki
finished with
Minaj.
that show. It was good. I thought it was
pretty good,
gonna
yeah.
be mid, but it was pretty good.
I actually
Yeah.
just started watching it last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
The first
It's
season's better than the second season.
Really, I've
Yeah.
heard the opposite. I've
I
heard
kind
that
of
it picks
got,
up
I've
the
kinda
second
gotten a little
season.
bored with
kinda-
the second season. But
Yeah, I think some people were like prisoners of the moment. I think they're both good, but I do
Yeah.
agree the first season is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The second season it's more like tea and like
yeah, exactly.
it's shit resolving from the first season.
Character development.
Yeah.
sort of.
Sometimes you gotta hit him with it.
You know what's funny is one of the girls on that show, I think her name's Lexi, is the daughter of Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maud Apatow.
Yeah. She's in
Maud.
Knocked Up.
Bro,
She-
that is
she
such
plays
a
one
good
of the
name.
little girls.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Time really just keeps trucking, doesn't it?
I know.
How about that?
Well, she's like our age. I
Yeah.
think she's actually 24, 25. And
wow.
yeah, that's fucking crazy that Knocked Up is like 15 years old now, basically.
When are we gonna be on Euphoria? You know?
When your dad is Judd Apatow.
Hey.
Daddy,
Can
that be on-
no.
can I be on Euphoria?
I finished reading Dune today.
Really?
Damn, how many fucking, oh my God. How
This
many
fool
chapters?
reads
I don't know if
books,
it was,
bro.
I don't know if it was worth all the rave though. I don't know.
Have you seen the new movie?
I haven't seen the new one. I actually watched the David Lynch one. That's supposed to be really bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. But it's like you kind of see how like I mean it was like it's a hard movie to make, I think.
Yeah. I think Zendaya's in this new one
Yeah,
too,
yeah, I
actually.
think so.
I
That's
thought you were gonna
funny
say
enough.
that one. I was like, what?
Nah,
I
nah.
It's
totally-
supposed to be really good.
That's what I've heard. I've
Maybe
heard really
maybe
good
give it a
things.
shot.
I'm gonna give it a
Movie night.
shot. I'm for
Yeah.
sure gonna give it a shot.
We should get baked and watch it together.
I'm down. I'm down.
You know. You gave me a copy. I'm a bad reader.
Honestly,
bro.
I would say there's so many other things to read besides that.
I just gotta,
Like, are
I
good.
gotta read something, bro. Like I have so many like really good classic books. Like I have a collection of books in my room, and they're mostly things that I haven't
Yeah.
read all the way. But whatever.
You know what I want to do is read like a biography on a band or like an artist that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones of those. There's a lot of good ones of jazz players. Like they
Yeah.
have the craziest lives. So.
I went to Barnes and Noble the other day to look for like graphic novels. That's usually what I read, but I always scroll through that like life of kind of
True.
section, and I feel like that's probably up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like something with a narrative. I prefer like movies, but
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe informational or like educational would probably be something that I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. It's a little easier to kind of digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I was talking with my my therapist a few months ago, and I remember like it was all like I started. It was all like video conference and stuff like that. And I like every session I would always have this like big huge fuck off mug of coffee every time, and then I would just keep drinking it throughout the session. One time he was like, I notice you drink a lot of coffee. Like in all of our sessions, and like also like in concert with all the things that we had been talking about in the sessions, he was like, I'm just curious, like when you drink coffee, like how does it make you feel? Like does it like amp you up like
Like I
a
can
lot?
conquer
Like
the world.
yeah, do you get super like amped or hyped? Or he was like, does it just kind of bring you to a level? And I was like I already knew what he was asking, and I was like, it kind of just brings me to a level. And he's like, huh? Like he just-
Writes that down.
he was like, he's like, have you ever been tested for like ADD or like ADHD? And I was like, no.
I feel like these are leading questions, though. I feel like a therapist should kind of like let you get there on your own. That that's like
Well, like, you're not gonna diagnose yourself for like, something. But I like,
That's true.
I will say he was like, I'm gonna talk to my supervisor, and we're gonna like, we'll talk about it and like see if it's worth pursuing. And then I was like, I like followed it.
Did you think that you had ADHD at that moment, or like?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do kind of feel like it it's connecting a lot of dots, you know, like
And the coffee makes you like more static or like more.
I don't like I'm on a Celsius right now. Like I'm not feeling like amped or anything like
bean
that.
is different though. The bean.
The bean doesn't hit me like that, bro.
Really?
No, the bean just gets me where I need to start.
I don't know why energy drinks have never affected me. Like when I was growing up, I would
got
have
ADD,
Monster, you know, during fucking marching band practice, and I wouldn't feel. I just got it because of the flavor or whatever.
Yeah,
That was crackhead activity. Though.
I feel like when you're
Demon hours.
younger, the caffeine doesn't hit you as much. I feel like when you're older,
Your metabolism goes
maybe
crazy.
like caffeine, you start to feel it a lot more.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
true. It's true. I would have coffee and I would have like energy drinks, but I wouldn't just down them. I would just have them randomly, and I feel like I'd never noticed a change in my demeanor, maybe in my heart rate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I definitely feel like it affects me. I can have like, if I have any more than one coffee, I'll definitely feel like
For sure, yeah,
geeked up.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
Yeah.
I don't get. I mean, I also drink a shitload of coffee, but I don't ever like remember truly being like all crazy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do, but I remember like I kind of followed up with him like in a later session. I was like, hey, did you ever talk to your supervisor? Because I feel like that's like ringing a lot of bells for me. I'm like wondering, and I don't, you know. He was like, yeah, I talked to him. And but I mean, ultimately, I think you're pretty well adjusted. Like you haven't been medicated up to this point. Like maybe we just leave it be. Like try not to worry about it. And I was like, you just
That's a
introduced
little
this
nugget.
and bro, like I'll be talking. I mean, like you know how like we'll be in like sessions and stuff like that, and like you guys will be working out like a chord part, and then I'll just be like kind of like zoned out or whatever. And then like, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna like self-diagnose myself or anything, but
Yeah.
I like, you know how many times it's been like, I'm like, wait, what are the chords? And then you're like, bro, we just spent like so much time going over this. Like it's shit like that I'm like thinking back and I'm like, what? Huh?
Well,
Like
Yeah.
maybe
it's
you do
kinda-
have ADHD. Like, what would be the big deal about that? Like,
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
Yeah.
just like it would be nice to know because I feel like I would feel like it would explain a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like the reading, you know what I mean? Like like
Right.
it's so hard for me to sit and read because I'll like my eyes will be like looking at the words and I'm thinking of like something that happened like
yeah.
late.
That's
you know.
how it is with a lot of people with
Yeah.
reading anyway.
Yeah, who's to say? Anyways.
But yeah.
I'll give you
anyway.
the benefit of the doubt though. Whenever something like that happens with the scenario that you just put like I guess laid out, it's always after like work or like you had a super long day. So of course you're gonna not be able to hear on the first try every single thing. But I don't know. I guess you can go into a rabbit hole with these things, especially when your therapist is dropping little nuggets and you're like,
It's crazy.
wait, what do you mean
Like,
by that?
What do you
What are you writing down? There?
What do you mean by that? That's gotta be racist.
You guys should get Drewski on this podcast.
What do you mean by that?
He's so fucking funny.
I know.
I had a question. Actually, I thought usually I don't really do this during
Yeah.
the podcast, but I wanted to ask you guys because I was kind of reminiscing on some like the past like shows I've been or like some of the like the more integral concert experiences I've had in my life. I wanted to ask you guys what the first concert you ever went to was,
Yeah.
and then what do you think is like maybe your favorite concert that you've ever been to, or like if you can't pick or choose, like maybe like one of the more memorable experiences you've had at a concert.
That's a good fucking question. Can we do one at a time, like our first concert? Because
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
it's-
because that's a big. The second one,
Yeah.
the B part is definitely like a big. That's a big ask.
Yeah, wait, who was yours?
My first concert
Yeah.
ever. My first concert ever was Okay, so it was. I think it was 2011, and I went with my mom and my older brother Luke to K-Rock used to do every Christmas this thing called K-Rock Almost Acoustic
I
Christmas.
remember, yeah, I used to listen to Kevin and Bean all the time. And
Yeah,
they
bro.
always promote the
Yeah,
shit
they
out of
promote the shit out of like right after the day after Thanksgiving, they'd always drop the lineup and it would always be 2 days and I'd be like, day 2 was always the best day.
Yeah.
Day 2 was always the best day.
that. Who was on that year?
So on the year that I went, it was also the first time I smelled weed too. I was like, what does that smell? And I kept smelling. I was like, what? It smells like something on fire. My mom's like,
Mom's like, stay away.
it's just weed. Don't worry about it. I'm like,
smells like
smells kind of
burning
good.
tires.
It smells kinda
I'm scared.
Mom. It was so we got there and the first band that we saw was Metric, Remember that band?
is.
Metro. You know that song Black Sheep that's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Oh, okay.
The band how's that? Hello again, friend of a friend.
Wow, that's
I
that song?
knew you
Or that's
when.
that band?
That's that band. Yeah. So we
Interesting.
saw them. They went buck fucking wild.
You're telling me Captain Marvel wasn't singing that shit?
No, Brie Larson was not on stage. She was not available.
Why'd you go? What the fuck is this?
She was not popping yet. I don't think.
know,
I don't
I'm
think she
gonna-
was in the cut. But
That's a good song though.
Metric was there. Cage the Elephant
Oh,
Nice.
was
in
there.
their prime.
He went buck fucking wild.
They're really good live.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've
seen them once
he's
live.
a crazy dude on stage. He's really magnetic and fun to watch. They were there. There was a couple other. It was 2011. I remember that, and the headliner was Muse.
Dang.
It was
Nice, yeah,
crazy.
Muse
Muse
is fucking sick.
was fucking out of this world, and it was
Yeah.
at the Gibson Amphitheater, which used to be at Universal,
I remember that
which
place.
doesn't exist anymore.
No.
So was it actually like acoustic or was it like a full set?
Not nearly. Not even almost.
It's almost acoustic.
It was nowhere near acoustic Christmas.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's insane. You love Muse too.
Oh my god, bro!
Yeah.
I would see them again live. They're fantastic. Yeah. They put on a great show. That was my first concert experience. It was really good. We got
That's
milkshakes
interesting.
after. It was
Nice.
memorable.
Yeah, I when I was my mom was like pretty religious, so she never really let me listen to like music of the world is what she would call it. You know, I guess it's a sin. But I didn't get to go to my first concert until I was in like probably 9th grade
Okay.
in like high school.
I think I know the answer to this.
Yeah, and then I went to a music festival called Jubilee in like LA that like it's gone now, but it was like I guess a kind of startup festival.
Right.
And the two headliners were it was a bunch of like probably local bands at the time, but I remember the two headliners were the Drums and
Yeah.
the Black Lips.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
the drums.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Black
good.
Lips.
Black
I haven't
Lips.
heard that band in a while.
I
yeah.
know they kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Rest
they
in
had a
peace.
couple good songs. The drums are good. That was a big part of mine. Like,
That was huge
yeah.
for you. Yeah.
I love the drums.
They're tight.
How about you, White?
My first concert was Bon Jovi. I also didn't
Damn.
go to a concert till I was like around 9th grade. I was
Yeah.
like 15. And I went with my mom to Bon Jovi at Staples Center. Now
Sick.
Crypto.com Arena.
Your mom bought the tickets?
Yeah, my mom bought the tickets.
Yeah.
She was like,
She
"You wanna
was
go to a
probably
concert?"
hyped.
My mom
bro.
was hyped. My mom was way more excited than I was.
That's
I was
dope.
like,
That's dope.
but it was sick. It was a sick concert. Being like never having seen a concert before, it was sick.
Yeah. You said at Staples Center?
Yeah, it was at Staples
Fuck.
Center.
Did you guys
Yeah.
have good seats?
No, we had the very last row in Staples
Wait, so
Center.
your first concert was with your mom too?
Yeah, my mom. my
That's
first
cute.
concert was with my
That's
mom.
really
Yeah,
cute.
it
Good
was
old
cute. It was
Ann.
fun. Yeah, it was a fun time.
I bet
Yeah.
Ann and Kate would really get along.
Yeah, probably.
Have they ever
seem
met?
like similar. Yeah.
Yeah, they've met. Yeah.
They met at the Troubadour, I know for sure.
Have
They
our
were-
parents met?
Yeah, I think my mom's met your parents. Probably at your house.
Dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, but very little, right?
Yeah,
like almost not at all.
Yeah, maybe once.
Damn, that's crazy. That's so weird to think
Yeah.
like that we're like
I guess we never do anything that like involves all of our families.
That's
yeah,
true.
I mean that I guess that kind of makes sense when you kind of like make that's like it's not like we were all having play dates or whatever
Yeah, it's
and
like
stuff
dropping
like
us
that.
off at our
Yeah.
house. Dropping.
Also, I think at least for my parents, there'd be like a language barrier. My mom's like relearning English because she did when she first moved here in the 80s, but she's going to like adult school now, and she's like she never graduated middle school or high school, so she's
Right.
like doing all that stuff. I think she's like super interesting, but it would just be like kind of a disconnect, I guess, from
No,
culturally.
yeah, your
I
mom
guess.
has like a whole story.
Yeah.
I would love to. I do. I've been saying this for years, and I've not like done the follow up on. I would love to be fluent in Spanish.
Yeah?
I would.
You're pretty good at Spanish, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I know I could do it. And I bet I could. Like if I really was doing it like regularly, I know I could be fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
like pretty quickly. But it's just like one of those things that takes time, and I'm.
Yeah, it takes time, and it's harder. It gets harder the older you get.
Did you ever learn Italian or like any sort
Not
of?
really. My mom is like speaks it fluently, but I.
Oh,
never,
for real?
Yeah. I can pick it up a little bit because my mom and my grandma will talk Italian to each other, and I can kind of understand what they say, but not really. Like I wouldn't be able to ever have like.
Did
fluent
your mom
conversations.
like ever visit or like did she?
Yeah, my mom's been to Italy a few times. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So yeah,
I definitely fucking want to check out fucking Italy.
Italy's sick. Italy's really nice. Yeah.
Food.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Food's
so
bomb.
so we've talked first
Oh
concert.
yeah.
That's
now-
the most
now-
memorable.
Yeah, best or most memorable, or just like even just
I don't know,
one
that's
that
a
really
hard-
sticks
that's a
out.
hard- that's a hard
I've
one.
got one. I've got
Okay.
one.
Who you got?
So back when maybe you were there. Maybe you were there back when we were working at the Wiltern. One night, there was like a private event for American Express black card holders that they threw at the Wiltern.
yeah.
Fancy.
And I know. So I knew it was gonna be crazy. I knew it was gonna be nuts. And then, but I don't think they told us who the concert was gonna be until we got there. It was just like, it's gonna be someone pretty big. And that's all we're gonna tell you. So I was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm gonna work, all right. And then we roll up and we're doing like the security meeting. And they're like, all right, tonight's musical performance is gonna be Stevie Wonder. And I was like,
Oh, you're fucking.
and I was
kidding me.
like, oh my fucking God. I was so stoked.
Yeah, that's hard.
And then usually the meetings, they like tell all the people like what their like positions are gonna be, and like as an usher you don't want to be down aisle 2 generally, because that's where like all the drunk assholes are trying to sneak into the pit, and you're like but you can like usually hear the music and stuff like that. So most nights I'm like, oh, please don't be aisle 2, please don't be aisle 2, and they call my name and it's like, Maddie, tickets. And I was like, no, like, because you're not anywhere near the music, you're up
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
And I remember I talked to the front of house manager at the time. Her name is Kaylee. And I was like, yo, Kaylee, is there any way that I could switch? And like Stevie's like one of the greats. Like, I have to see this. And she's like, honestly, like, I feel like everyone's just like, we're just going to be doing check-ins, and then like everyone can just like go watch the show. Like, they were super chill.
Everyone
It
was
never
just-
happens. It never happens.
Yeah.
But I basically got paid to watch like a full Stevie Wonder concert. It was like one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life. He
Damn.
like he's just like extraterrestrial. He's crazy.
Yeah.
bro. It was a beautiful concert. Were you there that night?
I don't think I was there. I don't think I was there for Stevie Wonder. I was out of town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh wait, were you at a wedding during that time?
No,
Was that-
I was on tour. I was in Europe actually when that happened.
Oh.
That wasn't- I
I
was with-
remember
yeah.
that. I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the second time we went to Europe.
That's fucking. That's right.
Ambivalent.
Was
yeah.
Neil there?
Yeah, Neil was there with me.
Nice.
I always think about that, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy that you guys went across the world, basically.
Yeah, that shit was so fun.
That's awesome.
can't wait to do that
How'd you
again.
book like gigs? when you were out there?
The guy that we were opening for, they were called the Mansion, and the guy who was the front man of the Mansion was Italian, and so
Really?
he had a lot of like plugs in Europe. Yeah,
Damn.
Europe's all like very close. They're all like kind of, it's like states here, so they're all kind of like they can
Yeah,
set it up like
You can get by
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a car pretty easy. That's,
yeah, you can drive around.
Madam.
You can get around. Yeah,
that's dope.
so
Yeah, I think my favorite concert that I've been to. We've been to a couple good ones together. Actually, I remember
yeah.
for your birthday we watched Chick Corea.
oh yeah, that was pretty good.
That was cool. I remember being pretty high for that. That was like amazing.
You were
that was
high
pretty
for that?
crazy.
Yeah, I think it was
Or
smooth.
hype?
Hyped.
We
Well,
yeah.
both.
Did I?
Both.
Was I off it? Was I off the sauce at that point?
Yeah, you didn't really
Might
smoke.
have been off the sauce.
Yeah, I think
Probably would have wanted to start playing hide and seek. And
Edwin got me tickets to their desert days with him and his friends. Or
That's
whatever.
right.
And
Yeah.
we all took mushrooms. And then I don't know if you guys have seen Flying Lotus, that like 3D experience.
Oh, right.
Dude, it's
was
crazy.
sick.
Yeah, it was insane. Like his I guess you wear glasses or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like a DJ or whatever. He also plays instruments, but it's just him at this like console.
Uh-huh.
And this shit is like flying at you, and it's like insane visuals, like crazy visuals. And I was like peaking on mushrooms. I remember
made
at
it
one
crazier.
point there was this at the console that he was at. An eye just opened up from like the middle of his like desk or
no.
whatever, and it was just like peeking out at everybody. And I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen."
Do they give you glasses?
Yeah, and then you return them on the way out. It was at a festival, and it was like he was headlining, I think. So it was like an
Wow.
hour-long thing. It
That
was,
must have been
that'd have been
sick.
trippy.
and then I got pretty tired towards the end, and I just sat on the beach, and I was still watching, and I was like, so amazed. It was wonderful.
yeah.
And I'm not even into electronic music that much, but it was like, obviously he has like a hip hop and R&B influence. So
Yeah.
For
yeah,
sure.
I guess that's where it kind of related for me. But
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah, what about you, Wyatt?
This is a hard one. I think one of the most special concerts I've been to was Desert Trip, which was like because I like classic rock music. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm
What?
a big classic rock
Are you
fan.
get the fuck out?
And this festival was all of these old. It was like the Rolling Stones.
Oh,
it was Paul
yeah.
McCartney,
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Dylan, and Roger Waters.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It changed my life.
It was for real, like, that
so
good?
It was that good, dude.
Damn.
It was so good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's like so ideal.
Yeah.
It was so
yeah.
ideal. It was like you could see every like legend that's still alive.
Yeah.
I think nowadays that'd probably be a dream concert for me because growing up, I never listened to classic rock. Like I remember getting into Led Zeppelin when I was in like college.
Like later
Yeah,
on.
like really late.
Yeah.
But that sounds amazing. I know a lot
It
of
was
those
amazing.
bands are still like touring, like the Zombies and like.
Some of them do. The last couple times I've seen an old like person play, I've kind of just been like, like they're kind of like you can really start to kind of see their age. I feel like especially with those not the Rolling Stones, but with those classic rock bands.
Should we do should we even it out and do a worst concert?
Yeah, sure, let's do a worst concert.
I have another one that I was like,
It's just all gonna
I
be
know what my
backyard
worst.
shows.
I know what
Do you
the
wanna
worst.
start?
Yeah, I'll start because I know what it is. It's like also when I was right after I got up to this is another story that involves my mom.
Good old
Right
Anna.
after I got out of high school, my mom and I went to Nashville because one of her friends lives in that part of the country.
you guys are so cute. You
And
and your mom
so-
have little adventures.
And so yeah, we haven't done. That was just like kind of like an isolated thing. It was kind of on a whim too. It was pretty fun. But and so we went to see Third Man Records in Nashville.
Damn.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
and so while we were at Third Man Records, they were like, we're having a show. We're here tomorrow night. Tickets were like $10, and it was the Melvins. I don't know if you've ever heard of that band.
yeah,
Okay,
the
so
Melvins.
I had never really heard of them at this point, but they're like this. They're kind of like a hard rock, kind of like I don't know, not heavy metal, like kind of like slow heavy metal.
Is there like the mascot for their band is like that dude with like the rectangular glasses and like the line spiky hair?
Yeah, he has like the front man has like big white it looks like he got electrocuted. Like his hair is like standing out.
Yeah,
Like,
Guy Fieri type beat.
yeah. Well, even longer.
Rick and Morty type beat.
Maybe. But the Melvins played at Third Man Records, and it was the worst concert I've ever seen in my life. Like the worst concert.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Were they
atrocious.
drunk or like what happened?
No, it was just like the music was just
Terrible.
bad. Yeah, they didn't. There was like no.
No excuse.
There was no singing either. Like I thought there was gonna be like vocals in this like group. There was no singing. It was just like flat. Like we didn't even stay the whole time. We stayed like 40 minutes in, and I was just like, this is terrible. Like I want to go somewhere else. Like it was the worst.
That's fucking hilarious.
And it was disappointing because it was at Third Man Records, and I thought it was like
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I
gotta
was
be,
wondering.
this is like a
curated.
mecca,
Oh
like-
wait, you wasted this.
Yeah.
Was the crowd digging it? Was it something that maybe
think
you're just
so.
like, you know what, I just don't get it? Or was it something?
Yeah, it could have been that. Like I think that band has like a cult following. I think they're kind of like Black Flag, not as cool or as big as Black Flag, but kind of in that regard as like the fans are like really like their fans
Die
are
hard for
really
them.
into them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you go
And
in
it's
like
like this
San
little
Fernando and
niche.
like every fifth person has a Black Flag tattoo.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
seen a Melvins tattoo necessarily.
No.
Were they older or like
Yeah,
how
they're older. I mean, they're like in their 40s probably or 50s.
Yeah, that's
So-
interesting.
Maybe he just didn't have the rock and roll inside him
Dude.
anymore. You know,
That's a good
Maybe.
music city though. Nashville.
It is a good.
I would
music
love
city.
to go out there and visit. I want to travel more, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see new shit. I mean,
Yeah.
through touring, you kind of get to do that. You don't.
Yeah, I've
like
been there.
that.
I've been there 3 times from tours, but when we were there, it was just like it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I feel like when you're touring, you don't really get a lot of time to see like.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
the entertainment.
You're just kind of like there and there.
I mean,
That's true.
Not that
That's
I know,
true.
but
There's some. I mean, I've been lucky enough to like go to New York and like spend a lot of time there, like a week
Yeah.
at a time or
That's
whatever.
cool.
And I feel like that's a perfect amount of time for me because I'm such a person where like I want to stay in, you know.
yeah.
And then being out for 7 days and like coming back is a perfect amount of time. But yeah, I would have liked to spend more time and like check out more music in Nashville, even though I know it's a little bit more country.
It is.
I can definitely appreciate that, especially
Yeah.
if that, you know, when in
It's just
Rome
like
type
good
shit.
live. Yeah, it's just like good live. Like you can see like good live
Super
musicians and
fun,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Do you know yours?
Mine, give me a second. I'll let
Okay.
you go.
All right. This one is kind of tragic because I was like hyped for it.
I think I know what you're
'cause
gonna say.
Do you want to guess?
Is it Mac DeMarco?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, are you talking about at Tropicalia?
Yeah, I think so.
That was kind of whack. Yeah.
Well, I just think
there was
something-
no band.
Something happened with his band, and he kind of came out and just did like
okay.
karaoke to his music. I think I was more bummed for Jason because it was his first time seeing him.
Okay.
I mean, it was like kind of entertaining. Like we had been drinking, and it was like kind of funny, but I kind of felt bad because it wasn't like the full like band experience. I think he just kind of made the best out of like, you know, a rotten situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But no, I think one of the, I don't know if it's the worst concert I've ever been to. I'm sure that we've been doing enough Valley shows to like see some pretty
doesn't count.
rough
That
shit.
doesn't count.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but this is another Wiltern situation. This time I was also working and got to see it. It was like a cosmic kind of balancing of the scales.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
No, that was the Palladium, and I just don't think I got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I always have like
I've seen them and they were dope.
I've heard they're really good.
Yeah.
I think my problem is I hate the Palladium. I don't hate the
Palladium
sound.
kinda sucks.
The Palladium, this Palladium sound is
It gives old school vibes.
It's got wood flooring.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's bodies there, but like you can
very
just the
boomy.
sound is garbage there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just so reflective.
I've never
and-
been there.
Yeah, I also didn't. I kind of took a chance on that concert. Got invited. I was like, yeah, I'd be down to hear some new music.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I was like with the shit yet. I mean, you guys know I kind of have like a tendency to like hear something for the first time and be like, I'm not really that into it. And it's
Also, you hate on shit before you even hear it. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it.
You're a natural hater. You're like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, the
player hater.
player
ball.
haters ball.
Hey.
Yeah. No, it was I got introduced to Elvis Costello like when I first like started going to college, and I like got obsessed with the album My Aim Is True. I had like the
I remember
deluxe.
you and Hannah were really into that.
Super into him. I got this deluxe CD from my aunt, who I got like a bunch of her old CDs because my car at the time I didn't have any kind of aux or whatever, so I just like got to go crate digging through all of her CDs from her childhood and early adulthood, and she had a Elvis Costello My Aim Is True, and I was like becoming obsessed with that record. I listened to all that, like knew all the lyrics to every single song, and then Elvis Costello came to the Wiltern, and I was super hyped for that because he had just gotten this cancer diagnosis, and I was like, oh my god, like like he might die. I'm not going to be able to see this guy that I adore live, and he came out and like started playing, and I was like he was just like flat the entire night. He couldn't, and I don't know if it was like like a health issue or
Maybe it
like
was the
whatever.
Maybe
cancer.
drugs or something.
Nah, I don't think he's that type of dude. But it
No,
was
like
just,
pills.
like
I
oh
guess,
medication.
opiates,
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it was just kind of a rough. Like the band was good, but he was just like it was like almost like he was singing the same note
Ugh,
like all night,
that sucks.
and it was like I was like, damn,
That's
this is-
disappointing.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I missed out on like this dude's like prime, and I remember Nate who works backstage. I remember, I think maybe you told me this, or maybe I was talking to Nate after the show, and he was like, yeah, that dude came off stage after the show was done and was like, that's the worst show I've played in 25 years.
he said that.
He's yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
that's
And
disappointing.
And I remember thinking like, okay, at least I
knows.
have
He
that.
knew.
No, not that. I'm just like, at least like I don't feel like I kind of like there maybe is an opportunity that I'll get in the future to be able to see this guy where like it's gonna be
Has he
better.
passed yet? Or-
No,
he's
no,
still-
he's
still
still
alive.
kicking. He's still kicking.
Damn.
But I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, that's rough.
It was very tragic.
That's crazy. I was looking forward to mine too. I think we were on tour with Michael Sayer, and
Yeah.
it was in San Francisco. We were like headed back to LA, so like we had just gotten done doing like 3 weeks kind of around the country, and then
This on this last tour?
no, it was like one of the early tours. I think it was the
Dog
first
Days?
Men I Trust.
Oh,
Men
got
I
it,
Trust
got it.
But I guess one of Miguel's friends said that he could get us into a Trippie Redd concert.
Oh yeah.
The same night that we just had a concert, and like hip hop shows, they kind of
Go
drag
late.
on, they
Yeah.
go late. So we got done, and they're like, "Yeah, he still hasn't come on. Like it's it's the opening act."
It's 1 a.m.
We were like,
Like we're trying to wake him up.
"Fuck it," like we'll go see Trippie Redd or whatever. Like me and Tony were kind of big into like a love letter to you.
yeah.
And we go, and those concerts where it's just like the vocals are way too fucking high in the mix.
Yeah,
It was like
it's like
that
that.
for like an hour and a half, dude.
Damn.
And we were just like, you guys want to go home? Like we were there for a good amount of time, but we were just like, we decided to drive to LA basically that night because we were like, I just want to go
Just
home.
done. Yeah.
Wait, where was this again?
San Francisco.
Oh, you drove home after that?
Yeah, I think we were just so
Fuck.
committed. We were like, we just wanted to do this to see if it was any good, and then we were like, yeah, we've kind of experienced this. we
Oh, so you guys got home at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah. I think we had to
Yo.
like stop
Because
because
you-
there was some like car problem or something, and we ended up getting
God.
home like at
Damn.
7. But yeah, it was when you're that tired from tour, you're
just
like, fuck it.
We're just gonna go home.
I just want to sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be committed to like driving. Someone's gonna be rocking the aux and just making sure that you guys are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I
It's
feel that.
it's crazy. And then I went to bed at like 7:30, 8 a.m. and didn't wake up till 3 p.m. And then I like had
Feeling
work
like
the
shit.
next day after that.
Oh.
And I just had to quick turn around that shit.
Yeah.
All right, kids, just fucking. I'm
We're gonna watch a movie.
Run
today.
around.
Yeah. All right. Despicable Me.
Yeah. So that was Trippie Red. Come on,
That
man.
was the worst concert.
Get
you ever
your
seen.
shit together, man.
Damn. Triple Redenbacher.
I like his music, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the squeakiest chair I think
know.
in the world. We're gonna have to.
I thought you
figure
were gonna
that.
sit in that one, but
Oh, I could switch over.
no.
It's okay. It's not your fault. It's
Yeah.
the chair's fault. That chair has been. Wasn't that in Chatsworth?
I think so. I don't know where that thing's from.
Little stool. It's a wood. It's very interesting. It's like
This
a.
was
I like
in the-
it.
This was in your room, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when you were growing up.
It looks like a little kid's stool.
We recorded our first record on this fucking stool, all
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
That's
relax.
true. What are you gonna do? No, I had nothing against the stool. Nothing against. Nothing
Sounds
against.
like you
any-
do.
Well, fuck your stool. Fuck your couch.
Yeah.
Well, shit. We're at about an hour here.
Are we really?
Yeah.
That damn came and went.
You want to wrap it up, or you want to any last thoughts?
I don't think I have anything else to say.
Wanna?
I'm glad I
do you
was
wanna-
here, giving me the
Yeah, thanks
opportunity
for
to
coming
speak my
through.
mind.
You're gonna be back, bro. You know they always come back.
You know what I
No
mean?
cap.
So if anybody wants to fucking play me at Smash, and you're hearing this, let's get it popping. That's my
What's
final
your-
message.
Yeah, we're gonna be announcing I think at least one show soon. Jason always has a Switch.
Yeah.
Come get these hands. You want to plug your Instagram or anything? Any of your music? Jason has
no, just watch the Kanye documentary. I think it's really important that everyone does that.
Sponsored by what is it called?
What?
How do you pronounce that?
Genius.
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 Yeah, genius.
You don't want to plug your Instagram? You don't have to, I guess.
I think it's just Jason Ayala with a 0 for an O, but everyone's doing that. So
There it is.
there it is, Jason Ayala. He's got links to his music, I think, in his bio and of his Instagram. Go check that shit out because it's really fucking tight.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, babies. Thanks for coming through. And we'll catch you next week for
Yes,
episode
sir.
5 of Can
Catch
I
you
Borrow
next
Your
time.
Amp? I'm Maddie.
I'm Wyatt.
and I'm Jason.
Thanks for tuning in.
God bless America.